quick video reviewing the British and Irish Lions game against the Sigma Lions on Saturday afternoon, which was a final score of British and Irish Lions 56, the Sigma Lions 14 in the end. And, you know, it was the first game of the tour. It is the sort of early game on the tour that you want to put your marker down, and you will face sort of the sort of weaker teams, provincial teams as it used to be called, in the first couple of games of the tour. And I thought, I think it is an agreed upon opinion that people consider the Lions, the Sigma Lions, to be the weaker of the South African sort of franchises and provinces. But that being said, they were pretty decent in the first half. They, were, as all South African teams are, they're quite physical. They sort of had a decent sort of set piece. In fairness, one of the credits I can give the Sigma Lions was that they matched the scrum set piece of the British Lions. The British Lions didn't really have any sort of massive ascendancy. Didn't bully Sigma's pack at all of the set piece, I don't think. So all credit to the Sigma Lions for that. They showed up in that area, but overall I think that just after half time the British Irish Lions started to cut loose. Now the first half I put that down to sort of the tries they scored were brilliant. First sort of few minutes of the game, Reece Sammet scored a try with a brilliant chip ahead by Chris Harris. That was a pretty good try. I did like the try for Ali Price though, which was a sort of prescribed move off the back, an overthrow of the line out. It hit Owen Farrell. It came right behind to Ali Price, who was just basically coasted through a massive hole in the back line where they sucked in the 12 and the 13 channel defender, and Ali Price just went straight under the post for a try, which was good. Hamish Watson does what Hamish Watson does. He just pinballs off people as well and scored a brilliant second try as well. But credit to the Sigma Lions. They scored a couple of their own as well. They did show up in the first half, frustrated the Lions as well. But second half, that's when you started to see then an awful lot of opportunities coming for the Lions, and started really to get into their groove a little bit. Who were the players I could say that stood up for the British Lions? Definitely Josh Adams. He scored 4 tries. I knew before the tour started he's probably going to end up being the top try scorer. Whether he starts the test, I don't know. On this form, he's definitely in the conversation, and definitely in contention. But I think that one of the test sort of starting places is definitely reserved for Anthony Watson of England, who didn't play. I don't think he played today. He did play against Japan coming on, but I like Watson a lot. Liam Williams at fullback, or Hogg as well is the other one, and then that just leaves a winger, which Liam Williams again could be the other winger, because a lot of this is a short tour, and people got to understand that Gatland has picked players not just in the squad, but will pick players in the test team with a lot of credit in the bank as well. I mean, effectively, back in 2017 he picked Warburton, and Warburton didn't have a lot of Sam Warburton didn't have a lot of rugby in him in the warm-up provincial games going into the test series against New Zealand. And we know looking back now that effectively his body was shutting down from 2017, the end of 2017 onwards, which he did retire eventually afterwards, which is a massive shame. But Gatland will look for players with credit in the bank, and I think Anthony Watson and Liam Williams definitely have that. But can't fault Josh Adams. He's in a brilliant try scoring sort of purple patch at the moment. He scored last week. He scored 4 today. He's been brilliant for Wales since he's come into the side as well. He's a proper lethal finisher, but he's a really intelligent winger as well. Can play fullback. He's always looking for work. Solid defensively. Brilliant under the high ball as well. He's the type of winger you want to go up against Cheslin Colby and give him a go, because he's got the footwork to defend him as well, I think, as well. But the Lions cut loose looking at the back from the Wales v Canada game actually, so I didn't get to see the first half, but I did rewatch it later on catch up. Second half though, the Lions really cut loose. Gareth Davis's try was brilliant. All of Adams's tries were pretty good, opportunistic as well. The Lions did make quite a few changes from the first game, and in fairness to Gatland, he said he was going to give everybody a start within the first couple of weeks. The Lions is a bit of a quick turnaround. They go and play the Sharks now on Wednesday, which is a bit of a step up from the Lions. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the scoreline comes down dramatically from this one, 56-14. So it was a decent performance overall. Everybody is getting their start. It's nice to see Xander Ferguson, recover from his back spasms as well to get on when he did come on in the second half. I do want to see a couple more players get a start. So I did like the look of Elliot Daly when he came on. He was really effective when he came on. I think he played 13. Again, Elliot Daly played wing in the last test he was against New Zealand, and he's got credit in the bank as well. Courtney Lawes was excellent. Again, as always. Todri got his first game for the Lions, which was brilliant. Of this tour anyway, of 2021. Hogg, I thought his captaincy on the field, he really transferred that Scottish captaincy where he's leading from the back. Not really a screamer. I don't think he's a scream and shout type of guy, but he just leads by example. He G's people up. He gives messages to people, and that sort of Scottish backline, predominantly Scottish backline, I thought did work pretty well. You had Ali Price, Finn Russell, Harris, and then Hogg as well. I will say Finn Russell. I mean, there was an article that came out where he, more or less, it was kind of like a bit of a PR exercise where I don't know whether he had done it intentionally. Whether he was just asked a question about whether he could, fit into the sort of Gatland's cookie cutter mould of a number 10, i.e. be the controlling 10, like Dan Biggar and Owen Farrell that Gatland will more than likely turn to for the tests. And he said he could. But again, you can't, would you want to change Finn Russell though? That's the thing. Would you want to change the type of player that he is? You will get world-class performances from him, world-class bits of magic, like he did against England in the 38-38 draw. He's an unbelievable player. Do you want to take the best parts of his game away? Because the consistency that Gatland is looking for is the areas where you would say that he's not really the strongest, kicking out of hand, for instance. Russell, he kicked a couple dead. Sometimes on the back foot, his sort of pass repertoire is a bit, questionable. He does sometimes miss the obvious boring opportunity when that just needs to be taken up or just needs to be given rather than look for the Hollywood ball. But that's the play. That's why he's there in the first place. He can win a game all on his own if you wanted to. But I didn't think that was one of his better games. I didn't think that, particularly with the players around him, it was the correct platform. Particularly, with Farrell at 12, that he could have, sort of been the puppet master. It was very much with Farrell playing 12, two pivots there were two decision makers, and I think when you do that, you take away from Finn's game where he's the main man. Whether he falls on his sword or not, and I think that may have affected him a little bit somewhat. But fair play to the boys. Sinclair as well, brilliant. To start for the Lions after initially being left out. It's nice to see the Exeter boys getting a game as well, like Howard Dickey, and I did like Sam Simmons when he came on. He looked really, really sharp. Van Diaki as well looked very good, and Henderson too. So overall, boys are getting their points in, scoring a lot of tries, which is good. Defensively, they look comfortable, apart from the two sort of line breaks which led to the tries. But we'll see Wednesday when they play the Sharks. That's a bit of a step up, that test as well. So we'll see where the Lions really are at after that, and hopefully we'll start to see a few different combinations, because I think initially we've seen some ideas maybe off Gatland, and it's a bit of a blend between some ideas about what the Lions will be. He's not showing his full hand yet to South Africa, so we will see in the coming week week, I will say, against the Sharks and on Saturday, about where we're at with combinations wise and how they're going to approach the Test series, because I think that there was a bit of a contrast today from last week with some of the strike plays and some of the set piece moves as well. A lot of variation depending on the opposition you're playing. So yeah, we look and see. But anyways, wrapping it up, Sigma Lions 14, British and Irish Lions 56. Good performance from the Lions. Winning South Africa as well. Can't ever turn that down.